So Tanya is struggling with herself. She shows her boobs, her jewels, her womanhood. She wants this man to see her, but deep inside, she's crawling of disgust. This man, why is his life more worth than the life of others? Hernan would deserve more to be in the States. He would deserve more to have a normal life. And probably thinks Tanya that this mongrel has probably sisters, mothers and other folks like him who live off the American people, who do not deserve to be in America but only take advantage of Americans, and that out there and in Mexico that they are way more suitable people who would represent the Mexican people better than these mongrels will ever be able to. Tanya is convinced of it, and she has to force herself, force a smile. And this is part of the game. She draws the victim in, comes closer. She has to wait for the right moment where she can claim that after that this person pressured her, that this person wanted to rape her or force her, harass her. This necessary requirement. And once the police starts investigating in what happened, once they come into the bar, ask questions, then this is a scarecrow for every undocumented migrant. They will never again come in this bar. They will stay away. Claudine will get her way, and Lou will probably rethink his approach. Who knows? But all these things Tanya does not think about. There is a point, the point in this game where things go to automation, where things happen in our own cosmic way, where she doesn't have to think about it quite probably. As if something inside her would already know how to act, what to do. As if she could at once forget the disgust she feels in herself, and the low self-esteem, and the force inside her that demands from her to be around more attractive men, so that the princess, this ornated woman inside her, can nourish from the gazes of real men, of good aristocrat men who have accomplished something in their lives, and are not just bums who try to make an easy gain on a weekend. So she changes. She puts one leg above the other. She changes her position, her posture. She enjoys that this guy, stares at her high heels. She cannot walk in them for very long, and she's scared, especially in a bar, because in a bar there's something could be on the floor, something that could cause her to tumble and break her leg, or even worse. So she rather sits, but she is always eager to show everyone her beautiful shoes, her high heels. Everyone should see them. That she can actually walk in them. That it is an enormous thing one can do, just walk in high heels, or be able to walk in high heels, not having to be scared, but she's scared. especially in this bar. But this is what life is. Tanya is sure of it. This is the risk which comes with the game. And again, she has to fancy herself that she's a special agent, that she's a spy, and with a special task to make and to protect America, to do good with the American people. And this comes with the job. She fancies herself. This is part of the job. The danger that it could be her last step on this earth. The man sees her, and he is really enticed by Tanya. He approaches her cautiously but eagerly. He devours her with his eyes. Tanya looks like one of these American women. And American women, they have some sort of a fetish for many undocumented migrants. Why? Because they some sort of represent all the normalness one could have just called a normal, ordinary wife, or the feeling that one has arrived in America, that one can be normal, or even trick one girl that one would be an ordinary American boy, just one of these guys who has ordinary troubles what one of these college students have, or one of these ordinary average Bill and average Steve, what they all go through about work, when they could just complain about life and what life has not offered them, that they would be bored in the town and in the city, or that they did not have, or that they haven't met the right girl, and not the ordinary topics many undocumented migrants talk about when they meet. Mostly what has changed with new laws. Will the town become a sanctuary city? Where did they meet the last time? Custom officers. And what is happening in their hometown? Some of those undocumented migrants, especially when they lose faith that they will ever manage to make a decent living in the States, when they slam on the table and say enough is enough, now they are leaving, they don't want to endure this anymore, they have enough of this life, of this plight, of this hassle, and that they, after having seen the news and after their country makes reasonable economic gains, and that there would be more job opportunities in their country, that they will return home, that they will work as normal and decent people in their own hometowns, with their own people, and don't have to hide and don't have to be scared all the time. It is different. It is different. They are sure of it. Always having to live in fear, having to hide themselves, and always these questions they ask each other: is it worth it all? How long have we been living here? We are not living as men anymore. We are not living as true people anymore. We are like ghosts who wander in dark corners of society. Is it worth it? Is it worth it, all the burden, all the sacrifices we make, and what will ever come out of it? And the peanuts we send home and are convinced that they would help our families. Maybe they do. And we flatter ourselves that we are chivalrous knights who sacrifice their own well-being for the benefit of their families. But whom are we fooling? And these questions and all these topics, and they're all the same and they're all exhausting. No. One does not want to attend all these talks, all these conversations. One yearns just for a normal conversation. A normal conversation average American have, even though it is a conversation about the plight of life, about issues in work, about the wife which doesn't seem to love anyone. How amazing would it be just to have a normal life, just to live with someone in an ordinary home. These are the worries which are coveted by some undocumented migrants. And the man approaches Tanya. Tanya draws him in. Her smile is tempting. Her smile has this specialness only, which renders every caution and precaution of people useless. Tanya draws him in further and further. The man is convinced that Tanya has a special liking for him. This belief that one could look beyond the shape, beyond the barrier of a body, beyond the barrier of a face. This illusion that occasionally that there would be a special bond, a transcendental bond between the people, where one could actually read one's mind, read what he or she thinks. And so, despite the fact that the man has never met the woman, he thinks that he has transmitted his pure and good thoughts to the woman, and that she is attracted to him, and that he has proven to her that he has this specialness a woman will of course enjoy with. And he approaches her and he asks her whether he should buy her a drink. Tanya shows him her drink. She has already one. No, this is again part of the game. No one should see that he buys her a drink, because then it would appear that Tanya in the beginning let it happen, or that she was only in for get herself some drinks paid, and then when the man wanted something in return, she immediately blocked him. No. In this game, everything is important. Every detail is important, and she has to take good care of how and what impressions she makes. The man sits next to her, and so the game begins, a dangerous game which will end for the man fatally. In the next room, Hernan Cortez smiles to himself. The bait is ready. The victim has caught on. He smiles because this is a great opportunity for him to show his worth to the American people and why he deserves to be an American.